Hello guys, so in this video we are going to say this particular problem last day where you can still cross. So this is a easy problem, but you have to keep a small thing in mind and then we can solve this problem. So let's see what that thing is. So it is given there is one boundary matrix where 0 represent land and 1 represent water. You are given an integer row column represent the number of rows and columns in the matrix respectively. Initially on day 0, the entire matrix is land. You can see everything is 0, that is everything is land. However, each day a new cell becomes flooded with water. So each day you will be this particular land, any cell will be flooded with water. You are given one base 2D array cells where cells I is equals to Ri comma Ci. This is the actually the coordinates which will be showing the cell which will be flooded on that particular day. That is what it is saying. You have to find the last day up till which we can walk from top to bottom. You can start from any cell on the top row and end at any cell in the bottom row. You can only travel in the 4 cardinal directions. So basically it is saying, suppose this is day 1, this 1 comma 1 cell is flooded. So this cell is flooded. Can we move from top to bottom? Yes. So our count will be 1. Let me put count 1. So this is one day we can travel. The second day 2 comma 1 is flooded. So second day 2 comma 1 is flooded. Can we travel from top to bottom? Yes. Then again plus 1. Then on the third day, if we see this 1 comma 2, this is flooded. So can we move from top to bottom? No. So our answer will be this count 2. Now if you see this problem, the limitation or the constraint that was given was 10 to the power 4. Okay, the length of the cell can be this cells that you are given here, its length can be 10 to the power 4, and the number of cells that are present in this grid, that also can be 10 to the power 4. So let me take it as n. So if you are doing this thing, going for each cell, putting into this grid, like making it flooded, and then checking for DFS. So what you are going to do is, for each of these cells you are doing DFS, and that will take order of n time. Now this thing you are doing n times for each of the element in the cell. So basically the order of your algorithm in this particular case will be order of n square. So we will have to find a better solution than order of n square, because that will not pass the test cases. Okay, time limit will exceed. Now if you see it a bit closely, you can see this. You are given suppose n number of days. Now if you can see, suppose this particular day you picked up randomly. So if we check at this particular day, if we can like after filling everything here, if we can still travel from top to bottom, then we are good. Get my point? So that is, we don't have to check for each of this element and do DFS for each of this. So okay, so what I'm saying is, you pick up any random element, fill everything, these values, these cells that you can flood everything. So you have a grid. Suppose this is our grid. Suppose these are 3-4 elements that are present here. So let's flood everything, 4 elements. Now we'll check after flooding these 4 cells, can we move from top to bottom? If yes, we need not to do the check for every element. Like if we take this, fill it and check for DFS, take this and do a DFS, take this, fill it and do a DFS, that we won't have to do. We have filled it once, and then we do DFS once and check whether it is like we can travel or not. If we can travel, that means we have to check any day after this, and if we cannot, we means like if we cannot travel up to this point, considering this is not valid, like it's not what I can say, you will never get answer here. Why? Because if you cannot travel up to this point, how can you travel after this? So what we have to now, we have to consider our number of days from this part only. So that is why I am saying in this way what we will do is, we will divide our particular cells or area of array of consideration into parts or half each time. So what we will do is, in this way the number of times we have to do DFS is equals to log n. How it is log n? Let's see. So you are doing half, you are filling these things, and then you are traversing for DFS. So for DFS you are doing order of n, and for this filling of all of this you are taking order of n by 2 plus. So you are first filling and then doing DFS. So basically combining these two, our algorithm is order of n. This is for one time when we are considering this, but when we have got like whether it is okay or not okay, then we will move to other half, and then we will search for that particular half. Suppose we have not like this particular taking this particular day, we cannot move from top to bottom, so our new area of consideration will be this particular point. Now we will again do like pick up the mid one, and then we'll again check. So basically what we are doing, every time we are checking, we are doing n by 2. So for one time, this is order of n. If we are doing n by 2 every time, how many times will this order of n will be completed? Will be log n times. So log n times we have to do this thing. So log n into order of n. So basically our algorithm will be log n log n. So let's see how we can check this. This is our array. This is our L. This is our R. It is 0. It is 8. So basically we'll pick the fourth one, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up till this particular point, we'll fill in this particular array. Let's see. Let me fill it and we'll see. So if you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1 need to be filled here. So when we fill this up till this particular point, we cannot travel from top to bottom. So these things is automatically ruled out. Now our R will be this and L will be this. So this will be our new array in which we have to consider. Now let's see. So this is our array. Now we will fill like this is our L, this is R, this is 0, 1, 2, 3. When do mid, mid will be this thing 1, and let me fill up till this particular point. So I have filled this. Once I have filled this, I'll check whether I can travel from top to bottom or not. So I can still travel. So it means the number of days will be mid plus 1 for the time being. So days we have stored as 2. Remember, days up till this point we have 2. Now what we since we can fill up till this point, we'll move L to this particular point and R is still here. Now we'll fill this R1 here. You can see I have filled it, and now I'll check whether I can travel or not. So L is here, R is here for the time being. So you can see we can still travel, and now our mid is equals to 0, 1, 2. Mid is 2 in this particular case, and we can see when mid is 2, we can still travel. It means that our number of days will be mid plus 1. Why I'm doing plus 1? Because this is 0 base index, and you can't like this is actually day 1, this is actually day 2, this is actually day 3. That is why I'm doing mid plus 1. So now the day is stored as 3. Okay, remember this. So now what we can do is L is now moved to here, and now we'll fill this 2 comma 2 as well. So once we have filled this 2 comma 2, our day was 3. Now L is here, R is here. Now we'll see whether we can travel or not. No, we cannot travel. So at max the number of days that we can travel is 3. Now we'll get out of the loop and we'll print day as 3. So basically 3 days are there that we can travel, and those are these 3. So this was the main point actually how to do this, and let me show you the code, and then we can do the complexity analysis. See, we have initialized the grid, we have do this visited. You know the visited is needed for that DFS, so that's why this visited getted. For this LR we have taken the cell length, and this R is the end one, L is the front one. This is like binary search how we do. While L is less than equals to R, what we are doing, we are filling up the grid first. So suppose we have this grid, and this is our cells. We pick up the mid one and we fill the grid with the value of the cells from 0 to mid. So suppose this is the mid, these 4 values we will fill in the cell. Suppose we have filled these cells. So after we have filled these cells, we will check whether we can travel from top to bottom or not. So why I'm doing this in a for loop, because it is said in the question we can start from any of these cells. So that is why I'm doing, like you can see the initially row is 0 and the column is I is 0 to column. So I'll start from this. I can travel, no. From this I can travel, you can see yes. So anytime I get this thing as true, I will break and we'll see whether it is possible. If it is possible, what will I do? I'll take the days and do it max of days mid plus 1, and will move this left side to mid plus 1. Okay, so if suppose at this particular point, if I have got the point like okay, up till this point I can travel, so I will move from left L from here to here, and R will remain here. Otherwise, if it is not possible to walk after this point as well, we'll move R to here, this particular point, here and L will remain here. That is what basically we are doing. So if R is if we have like we are not able to travel from this particular, so what we'll do is we will unfill the grid, and every time like grid cells 0 to mid, so we'll unfill it and move it back to value 0 basically. Okay, and do R minus 1. So let's see the time complexity thing. You can see that this while loop that you have outside, it will go log of n times, because every time we are doing half and checking. Now this filling up the grid is we are filling from 0 to mid. This fill the grid, you can see this function is here. I'll provide this code in the description. You can go ahead and check it. Simple for loop for filling from 0 to mid. Pick up the every value from 0 to mid in cells and fill it in the grid. That's it. Okay. So this will take order of n by 2 times, because mid is there. For at max order of n by 2 times it will take. Now once we have done n by 2, we will do DFS, and this DFS will be at max of this thing, order of n times. Not at any point, if we'll get, we can travel, that's it, we will return. Okay, and then this unfilling will be order of n. So basically for each of this log n times, we are doing order of n times traverse, or we can do execution. So our algorithm will be L log n, and then will like this is our basically the code, and this will pass the test. Okay, so this is basically what we are doing. A simple by this was the trick, this binary search was the trick, otherwise everything is as it is. Okay, so let me submit this code and see what is the result. This might take a bit of time, but the intuition is very clear, like how we are traversing this binary search, how it came. So you can see this is 726 and it has passed all the cases. Okay, so if you have understood this particular problem, hit the like button, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.